AI generated content is going nowhere. And I'm not one of those old school guard, let's not use AI, it's terrible. But if you use AI in the wrong way and you just give it a generic prompt, asking it to write you a book, and you go ahead and publish that book as is, you might not get the results that you want. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways that an AI written book can ruin your brand. I'll give you an alternative for how you can write a book in your own voice, sharing your expertise. And stick around to the end, because I'm going to also share with you a solid tip for getting better quality writing out of your AI generative tool. I'm Denise Renee, author, writing coach, and your business book bestie. I can help you write a high-quality thought leadership book that grows your personal or business brand. This video is one piece of that puzzle, so let's jump in. So I'm your business book bestie, and I'm going to tell you the truth. So I want to be absolutely clear. I am not anti-AI. I use AI-driven software in just about everything I do, simply because almost everything that we use has some kind of AI component to it. Neither am I anti-AI for writing. What I am against is letting AI be in the driver's seat. An AI written book is where you just give it a prompt and you take the output and publish it with your name on it. That is a whole problem. And that is what I'm talking about. If you do that, you could stand a chance of ruining your brand. The first reason is because, as you know, AI writing sounds just like everything else. It's an amalgamation of all of the writing that's been available over the last, how many centuries of written content that we have. And it's kind of making it sound like the best of the best. It looks for patterns and repeats those patterns. But one thing AI misses out on is the humanity and the uniqueness that made that piece of written content, that made that article, that made that book really unique and special. When you start to sound like everybody else, there's no distinction between you. I mean, there's a reason that I go to the store and I choose Scott brand tissues over Charmin tissues. They're both toilet tissue. They are made similarly, but one has a different kind of texture to another that I prefer. Some people love Charmin. I can't stand it, but that's okay. We all want and need something different. And you want your brand to stand out. You want to be able to attract the ideal person or the ideal client for your brand, whether you are a personal brand, whether you are a creator with a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel, whether you're a vlogger, a travel vlogger, which I really want to do someday soon, or your personal brand is around your business. It's around you as a coach, you as a mentor, maybe you as a spiritual guide, or of course, if you're a C Corp corporation. No matter why you're writing your book, you want to attract the right people who are meant for you. And if you sound like everybody else in your field and there is no differentiation, why should they choose you? It's pretty counterintuitive for being a brand, right? The second reason that an AI written book could ruin your brand is because, like I hinted at before, it just doesn't have your voice. It doesn't have your uniqueness. It doesn't have your humanity. It doesn't have your personality. It doesn't have your experiences. Because at the end of the day, humans relate to other humans. We want to know what it is that you've been through. We want to know how it is that you've come to know what it is that you know and that you're now teaching and sharing with us. We want to know all of those good travel hacks. We want to know how to improve our lives spiritually. We want to know how to grow the next 8-figure brand. Whatever it is that you teach, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you offer, you have to infuse your experiences in there. You have to infuse your voice in there. You have to infuse your perspective in there. So just hitting publish on whatever the generative AI tool that you use, what they put out for you, without undergoing extensive editing and infusion, recipe for disaster, my friend. And I don't want that for you, okay? I'm your business book bestie, and I want your book to thrive. The third way that an AI written book can ruin your brand is it can feel very icky without you even knowing it. And here's how. People are sophisticated readers. We are very used to reading well-written books. I mean, there's a reason why the publishing industry is notoriously hard to break into as an author. Books are extensively edited to make sure that every word and every presentation is pristine. When you start to read something that seems bland, it seems like everybody else, or it seems like this was just kind of thrown together and it's just very generic information, then people feel like, I kind of wasted my money. Even if it was a $1 ebook purchase. I've seen lots of advice out there. People saying, hey, just use ChatGPT, put in these prompts, get this book, and put that book out as an ebook, and you're going to sell and make all this money. Well, people can sense when you're just doing a money grab. Okay. And you don't want your book to come off as a money grab to people. You don't want people to feel like they didn't get their money's worth or they didn't get a sense of you in that book, because that's what they buy. We don't really buy stuff. We buy you. We buy another person, or we buy ideals. That's why Target has lost a whole lot of money in this first quarter of 2025, because they backed away from their ideals. And people were like, okay, well, we backing our wallets away from you. Okay. So even if you are a large corporation, take note at what happened with Target. Take note at how at the same time, Costco's foot traffic has increased and so has their bottom line. So even as a corporation, what the ethics and the values that you put out there are important to people, and people make buying decisions. They will support you or not support you based on that. So it doesn't matter. You do not want to give people the ick factor because they feel like you're just doing a money grab on them. Because what will happen is they won't trust you. They won't buy another book from you. They may not buy another thing from you because it just gave them this icky feeling and they're backing away, and that's it. They're taking their dollars and their support and they're going elsewhere. So I want to reiterate, the type of AI book that I'm talking about is one where you just put in a prompt, you get the result, and you pretty much press publish on it. And that goes for whether you're doing an ebook, whether you're doing a workbook, whether you're doing, a cookbook, anything. Even if it's just a digital product, you don't want to just publish it and let it go out of the door based on whatever you just got. Because again, it'll sound like everybody else. You need to give your AI writing extensive reworks to infuse your personality, infuse your brand. Now, that might seem like a lot of work for some people. So I always recommend that you write your book yourself. You have so much gifts and talents in you. You have so much that you know how to do. You have so much that you can share. One of the easiest types of books that you can write out of your own brain is a how-to book. You know how to do a whole bunch of stuff, especially things that come into alignment with the products or services that you sell, with the business that you run. I'm sure you can think right now of 5 things that people in your business, people in your industry want to know how to do. Just look at your frequently asked questions. What are the things that people ask you about if you put out a lot of content? What are some of the things that people are giving you feedback on in the comments? What are the questions that they're asking? If you're a larger corporation with a website and you have products that you have out there, what are people commenting on when they leave reviews? What are they saying? What is the customer feedback that you're getting? What do people want to know that you know very well how to do? Write a how-to book. And if you're not sure about how to get started writing a how-to book, I'm your business book bestie and I got you, baby. I have an upcoming workshop called How to Write a How-to Book. And in it, I'm going to make writing a how-to book fill in the blanks easy for you. I'm going to be sharing with you my how-to book writing template, and we're going to fill that template in together during the workshop. You're going to leave the workshop with a complete, detailed outline for your content and a ton of resources to help you through your writing process. So check out the link in the description or head over to writingwithdeniserenee.com/how-to-workshop for details and to register now. Now, I promised at the beginning that I would share a quick tip for better writing for AI. So if you're unwilling to invest the time into becoming a better writer on your own, then you're going to want to invest your time into becoming a better prompt engineer. Okay. Because with AI, the better input you give it, the better output you get. The more that you can fill up your prompts with more of who you are as a person or as a business or as a brand, and the more understanding you give it and the more direction you give for the output, baby, those results are magical. As I've been on my own journey at getting better at prompt engineering, man, listen, I had this amazing experience and I made a video about it. I want you to go check it out because I put in there a prompt framework that you can go ahead and copy, and you could even use it on helping you write your next book. So go click on this video now and I'll show you how to write with AI the right way.